Hi everyone, welcome to your walkthrough for this week. So you click on course content, and then you will find the link to this week's Leaf ID module. Click on it. And this one is relatively short and sweet. So as usually, you have the lab handout. So if you scroll down, you click here, you'll find the lab handout. And the lab handout basically this week consists of, let me just go ahead and open it, general information, general principles, and how to identify trees, structures, leaves, and then you encounter a dichotomous key. I explain how to use a dichotomous key to identify something, and that's really most of what you're going to do. You're going to identify most of these trees because we're not in person. You're going to identify most of these trees on leaves. So this is a tree right here. This one is a different tree. There's a number of the tree, right? This is a different tree. So that's what you're facing this week. There's just usually a tree ID lecture. If you've never watched the lecture before, do it this time. Because I basically explain how to use the key by using the key, and I'm using it on your homework assignment. So if you watch this lecture, you've basically identified, in the lecture, identify like 9 out of the 19 or 10 out of the 19 trees. So this is well worth your time, not only for figuring out how to use a dichotomous key, but also to figure out what you're looking at. Then here's an additional demonstration how to do a dichotomous key. One of your homework assignments is going to be to make a dichotomous key. And a dichotomous key is basically a game of 20 questions. But there's a structure to it. So what you end up with a dichotomous key is you end up with couplets, questions that have mutually exclusive answers. So either the needles are needle-like and evergreen, the leaves are needle-like and evergreen, or the leaves are broad and flat, mostly deciduous. If they're needle-like, you go to 2. If they're evergreen, you go to 6. And that's basically how this, so each question sends you to a different place. And you can do that with anything, not just with trees. Yeah. So here I give you a tutorial using numbers. And then your assignments are going to be as follows. There is that's your question set, which is in the same folder as before. Then there's a question set quiz. And in the question set quiz this time, you're literally just identifying the trees. So if you click on it and you say begin, it'll just ask you, the first tree is this. When I ask you for the tree path, it's, question 1, I took A to go to 2, and then I used 2A to go to 4, or whatever the name is. So what I want, when I say path, I want you to say 1A, 2B, and then all the way to the tree, right? All the way to the last step that then tells you what the tree is. Then we have a bonus activity here, which is an outdoor tree ID. And this is an online activity. If you're struggling with how to do the dichotomous key, you may actually want to do this one first. Because so you have the option here to either go to these trees, and I give you the GPS coordinates of these trees, or you can do this online. So if you click on this, it's going to take a second. I hope. There you are. A tree will come up sometime this week. Seriously, sometime this week. Let me try another one in the meantime, since it's not bringing up this one. All right, I'll get back. Ah, there you are. So there's one of the two. So you'll see the tree. You can click on here to see the tree online. And sadly, this is slower on Christmas there. So this is question is what is this? What is this set of trees here? You click on here. It shows you pictures of the tree. And this will help you go through the key itself. So are these leaves needle-like or are these broad and flat? Well, they're broad and flat, right? So you click on this and then it tells you, yes, you're correct, basically. And then you go to the next question, which would be question number 6. Then it asks if these leaves are compound or these leaves are simple. And there's an explanation what compound and simple is. And then you click on the correct answer. So this helps you figure out how to actually use the tree. So if you're really, really struggling, go to that one first. And then last but not least, I want you to do a dichotomy. I want you to create a dichotomous key. And this is how it's done. So I did it on numbers. I've done it on coins before. You can do it on noodle shapes, cereals, superheroes, your pets, whatever. But it can't be on plants or animals. So tell me, so in your key, obviously, if you do it on superheroes, I need a list of the superheroes you had, family members, you name it. We've gotten all kinds of interesting things. And that's it for this week.